plaintiff, Jorge Aguirre, is a tattoo artist and is married to the defendant. But he claims every time he goes on social media to post his art, the defendant accuses him of cheating. Jorge insists he has never been unfaithful, and he's suing his wife for damaged property. Defendant Melissa Crew insists Jorge cheated on her twice, and she knows he cheated because she saw a video of him with another woman. Melissa denies owing Jorge for anything.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
So I met Melissa through Facebook 2 years ago. She used to like all my art. I'm a tattoo artist. She used to love all my tattoos.
Okay.
I hit her up. At the time I was going through a rough breakup, and one of my best friends died. So she was there to comfort me. You know, she was there when I met her.
Good.
And we got married. We got married in March.
Okay, so how long had you all dated by that time?
We dated for a good year and a half.
Year and a half? Okay,
Yep.
That's a good time to know a person. That's about right. A year, I advise folks minimal. You know, if I want to move in before a year, fine, and get to know each other even closer or whatever. But that 1 year mark is, in my opinion, the marriage. Give it 1 year. 'Cause you can hide your crack habit for 8 months. How long did it take you to find that? About him?
To find out about him? Not like 3 months, really.
You found out he was a crackhead in 3 months?
She's good.
I don't know. I feel like it really only takes like 3 months for someone to show you their true colors.
They're crackhead? Uh-huh. You caught him smoking or?
No.
Saw the pipe? How did you?
No.
He disappeared for 3 days and came back. Somebody went to the store?
I don't think he's a crackhead.
Oh, he's not. The subject was, you can hide being a crackhead for 8 months. Then I said, how long did it take? And you said 3. All right, sir. And a year and a half, you all married after that? Good. How did things go?
They went good. It was perfect. It was perfect in the beginning. Everything was good. Until we got married.
That's what I'm saying. After you got married, after that year and a half, got married, how did it go?
Then it just went downhill.
What type of things became problematic?
Like, I have a following base on social media. Anytime I go on social media, she thinks I'm cheating on her.
Okay.
She thinks I'm.
What type of stuff do you say?
I don't say nothing. I just show my art. I just show my art and I show my tattoos and.
He's lying, Your Honor. I caught him cheating on me twice.
Well, looks like he has tattoos all over his body. So if he's showing his art and it's all over his body, girls can't help but see things that you might not appreciate him showing. Are they all over your body?
They're all over my body, Your Honor.
No, he was full.
The man's trying to promote. You won't even let the man go to work. Just because he got tattoos in places you don't like for him to show women.
That's not true, Your Honor.
All right, let me hear from you then.
So yeah, he used to post his art on Facebook, and it wasn't his tattoos; it was his canvas art.
His what?
His canvas art. He paints.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and I really fell in love with it, and we ended up chatting one day, and we hit it off like really strong. I fell in love with him like right away. I really did, and everything was really good for a while, and then he cheated on me. And he got caught cheating on me. And it was bad. It was a bad situation. It went on for a couple months.
True?
That's not true. I never cheated on her.
He had the girl believing that I was a psychotic stalker and not his fiance.
He says he didn't, so what convinced you that he was?
I spoke with her. I have video of them together. Well, I had video of them.
Well,
she
you
sent
spoke
me
with her. How did you come to speak with her?
He posted her on his Instagram one day. And I wanted to know more about her and who she was. And
what did he say under the caption?
It was a video of her putting up her middle finger and saying like those scallywagger daggers, like that.
He posted it on his site?
He posted it on his story on
Instagram.
And
what did he say when you asked him about it?
He said he doesn't know her.
Your Honor, she's lying.
No one ever posted that on you?
No, the only reason I said she was psychotic was because she pulled up at the tattoo shop without my knowledge.
No, we're not talking about that right now. I'm asking you a very clear question. She alleged that you posted something. You heard what she said you posted, another girl on video on your site.
She flew from California, Your Honor, and they went to a hotel together
we're not there yet. Did she post it or not?
I posted it, yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's what we're talking about. Why did you do that?
Oh, because I don't know.
Okay, good enough. That's why you believe it, and I do too now.
I don't know. I feel like it really only takes like 3 months for someone to show you their true colors.
Yeah, crackhead. You caught him smoking, or
No.
saw the pipe? How did you?
No.
He disappeared for 3 days and came back. Somebody went to the store.
I don't think he's a crackhead.
Oh, he's not.
Plaintiff Jorge Aguirre is suing his wife, who says she knows Jorge cheated on her because she saw a video of him with another woman.
Anything else you want to tell me about things that happened to convince you that he was cheating?
Well, there was that. We got past that, Your Honor, though, because I married him after that. I decided to forgive him because I loved him, and I gave him another chance. We got married after that. And things were going well for him with his career. He's an entrepreneur. He does his art and photography, and he's an Instagram figure. And so having a good camera is really important to him. So I got him a brand new iPhone, the iPhone 12 Pro Max, so that it could have better photographs and better quality content.
Good.
And things again were great for a while, and then I found out that he was again talking to another person, and off of the phone that
what gave you the impression it was something indicating they were messing around?
She sent me screenshots of him in her DMs and all of their
What did it say, calls. The DMs?
They were talking about meeting up at a hotel.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And did they say anything about reading the Bible there?
No, she told me everything
cards?
that happened there. We did a 3-way call, actually, with her. She told me everything.
A 3-way?
Yeah, we did a 3-way phone call with him.
Oh, phone call. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Hey, this is a new society we're in.
So anyway, yeah, that happened, and
you requested that he get on the phone with the girl, and 3 of you all. That's how that happened.
Yeah, me and her were talking, and I
said?
said I want, and he wanted to speak to her as well because he denied it all.
What was that conversation like with the 3 of you?
It was really awkward. I felt like the 2 of them were arguing back and forth, and I was just there.
Did anybody deny or admit?
He denies it.
What did she say?
She says he's a liar. On
the phone?
Yeah.
She said, "You're a liar. You know we were together."
She told him, "Why are you doing this to me? Why are you lying?"
Did that happen?
Yes, that happened. But it was just because we were gonna meet up at our hotel because she wanted a personal.
Hold on, huh? Because
she wanted a personal session.
She wanted to read the Bible together. Y'all were meeting there for.
She wanted a personal session of the tattoo. She wanted me to tattoo her.
Oh, I thought it was to.
It wasn't for no like sexual act or nothing like that. It was just for a tattoo.
Sexual. Does he have a shop though?
That's not what she claimed.
I do have a shop, but she was in another state, so I was gonna go see her, and you know.
Oh, so he was gonna leave town to go to the hotel.
She claimed that they had a relationship together, and they spent the night in the hotel together, and she made him take off his wedding ring to sleep with her.
She knew he was married. But when it was time to get into bed.
She made him take his wedding ring off.
She wanted to think he wasn't, so.
Right.
She said, "Take it off."
And I was in the hospital that night.
How long had you been there, or were you there?
I had got there the night before, and I was there for a week. And when I got home the next day after I got home is when she contacted me and I found out about it.
Okay. And how did that end? He just continued to deny?
He continues to deny it. He says she's just trying to get in between us, and she made the whole thing up. That's what he told the first girl. He had her believing that I was just a stalker, that I wasn't his girlfriend.
Wife? Oh, that was right before marriage?
That was before we got married, yeah. That one was.
Your Honor, the only reason I say is she's a stalker.
No, don't tell 3 strikes and you're out before marriage. If it's before marriage and you have 3 incidents in 1 year, don't get married. Yeah, I don't even know about 2 in 1 year.
That was 1 before we got married. And then the other one was after.
That's your own judgment.
For the first one.
I'm just saying, at some point it gets a little too much to bear.
So anyway, that's why we got into a fight about the phone.
Okay, I don't know about that yet, so it sounds like that's what he's going to tell me about. Sir?
Yeah, it's just, she did give me a phone. It was a gift for Valentine's. In June, we had an argument. She was saying I was cheating on her again. And we were fighting over the phone. She was trying to grab it. It slipped out of my hand. It hit the wall. It broke. And that's why I'm here right now.
Slipped out of your hand and broke.
I mean, it was on her hand. It was just like we were just fighting. It was on both hands.
Oh, you made it very clear. You said it slipped out of your hand and broke. You did.
Because she was pulling on it too. So it
was was trying to put me in this weird
you had
wrestling.
your hand on it and it slipped out of your hand. You said it slipped out of my hand. You didn't say she took it and threw it. You didn't say she took it from me and it fell once she took it. You said it slipped out of your hand.
I just showed my art. I just showed my art and I showed my tattoos. And
He's lying, Your Honor. I caught him cheating on me twice.
Well, looks like he has tattoos all over his body. So if he's showing his art and it's all over his body, girls can't help but see things that you might not appreciate him showing.
Plaintiff Jorge Aguirre is suing his wife, who says she knows Jorge cheated on her because she saw a video of him with another woman.
What happened at the end of that when the phone was broke? Did you all stop the arguing? And
No, we actually had we had sex after that. Yeah. We had make-up sex, but she thought everything was gonna be straight, but nah, I still want
make-up sex and then you sue her.
Yeah.
Not quite made up
I still
yet.
want my phone
Not
fixed.
quite made up yet. Y'all may need to go a couple more rounds. Ma'am, what do you say to this?
Your Honor.
The phone.
We did get into a fight about the phone, but he was like trying to put me in this wrestling bear hug move thing or whatever, and the phone got dropped.
Sounds like what we call mutual combat. And when you have mutual combat, nobody wins. Because mutual combat means you're in the combat that you all have both agreed to be in, because nobody has tried to run, nobody has said, I give up.
No, I did try to run, but she got me.
Your claim is dismissed. You keep changing your story, everything I say. Have a good day. Bye.
I love you.
I want my phone fixed. I want to say I love you too.
Plaintiff Chantel Morris is a webcam model, and she says people tune in and watch her live online sex shows. Chantel claims she paid the defendant $1,500 to paint her apartment, but he never did the work, so she wants her money back. Defendant Gordon Metz insists Chantel never paid him a dime to paint her apartment, and that's why he never did the job. Gordon's suing for slander because he claims Chantel told people that he was dirty and had roaches in his apartment.
Start with you.
Hi, I'm Chantel Morris. I'm a webcam model, and I'm here today because...
What is a webcam model?
Oh, well, a webcam model is basically an adult entertainer who does live shows.
What type of live show?
Sex.
You actually perform sex?
On myself.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do solo.
And how do you make money off of it?
Oh, people tune into my live channel, my live shows, and they pay me to go live. So
they pay you with a credit card to see you do your thing?
Yes.
Live?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so basically I'm suing him because I had asked him to do a paint job and I paid him $1,500 for it.
Where do you know him from?
Oh, we're best friends. We've been friends. We were best friends.
Since when?
Since like 7 years ago when I met him from being in the Bronx, living in the Bronx.
Okay, and you all were best of friends?
We were, until this situation happened. So I paid him for something that he stayed that I didn't pay him for. I paid him to paint my apartment.
To paint your apartment? Mm-hmm. When was he to have it complete?
He was supposed to have it complete by the 15th. I gave him 2 weeks to complete the job.
So it's been about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So 1 week late and you sue him. All right. Best friend. 1 week later. Go ahead.
My name is Gordon Metz. I'm suing for slander.
No, I want to hear about the lawsuit, what you being sued about. Do you have any comment, or you just want to say guilty? Can't get to your case until we get finished with hers.
Okay. She basically like asked me to do a paint job. Mm-hmm. And she says that she's a model and she makes all this money, but she really doesn't. She doesn't make a lot of money. She doesn't. She says she works for a lot of different agencies, and I've been friends with her for a long time. I've never seen any of this money. I've never seen her do any of this this modeling that she does. I've never seen her do any of it in the 7 years.
She might not want you to see if you're not paying. Have you tried to pay?
No.
Well then, you wouldn't see any of this.
Yeah.
'Cause you ain't paid to see any of this that she's talking about.
True.
Go ahead. So then, yeah,
True,
let's get that out the way.
Right.
That's
true.
not her defense, because she don't let you see. No,
she doesn't
freebies.
let me see. That's
no
true.
freebies.
No freebies.
Yeah. So you don't know whether she getting money on that or not.
But when she asked me to paint her apartment, I knew she had no money.
How?
Because she didn't pay me. Our agreement was that she paid, that she.
You
she
did the work?
Sorry?
You did the work?
No, I didn't do the work because she didn't pay me.
She gave you a down payment?
No, she didn't. And I had paint.
Well,
I had paint supplies.
You wouldn't, because you didn't get a down payment. But you say you paid him all.
I paid him $1,500, and I pushed.
That's not
What
true.
was the total
That's
estimate that you give her?
My estimate was $1,500.
And you say you paid it.
Yeah.
Why would you
She
pay
didn't pay me.
100% up front?
Yeah. And
Why?
Why? Because we live in the same area, and I was thinking, like, since we're best friends, that I could, be nice and pull it in the envelope.
Well, your best friend say you're hallucinating, because he says you've come here claiming that you gave him some money. Mm-hmm.
She did not give me
and
any
you
money.
Absolutely, I know, that's what I'm saying. For her to imagine she did,
yes.
You're saying that she's hallucinating.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, good enough. You're the best friend that sues after 1 week.
Yes.
He's the best friend that gets on national television and says you're mentally ill. So go ahead, best friend.
So, yeah, I mean.
Why do you think she's bringing this to court? Why do you think she's doing this?
Because she's crazy, Your Honor.
That's what I'm
really
saying.
Crazy.
Okay.
That's not true.
That's what I thought he was saying.
That's not true.
Mentally ill. We don't use crazy. That's a derogatory term.
I've been friends with her for a long time. I've never seen any of this money. I've never seen her do any of this this modeling that she does.
She might not want you to see if you're not paying. Have you tried to pay?
No.
Well then, you wouldn't see any of this.
Yeah.
You ain't paid to see any of this that she's talking about.
Plaintiff Chantel Morris was friends with the defendant, but she claims he told people that she was prostituting herself.
You think she's just making this up to get some money. And you also made the comment she's not making any money. But you don't know what she's making because you don't go to her site. And secondly, people who make money, many of them save it. Many people would tell you, if it wasn't for my wife, they'd tell you I don't make any money. When I'm not at home and people watching her, how she lives, aside from charity, I'm very frugal. I'm very frugal.
Me too.
And my wife, when you all see me with expensive things, wife recently bought me a ring that's too expensive. I wear it, but she bought it. I'm not buying expensive things. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I'm like you might be. It's just because you don't see it. She's coming in here. She don't have a bunch of jewelry on, spending her money on that like a lot of ladies in her industry do, spend all their money on jewelry. She doesn't have on the Fendi F's all over her body or G's all over her clothes.
I gotta pay bills.
Huh?
I gotta pay bills in real life.
Yeah,
Right?
so that's because she
I gotta pay
ain't
for my
flashing
website.
like the other folks you see flashing.
That's true. That's true.
Put her in. And y'all from New York, they don't do a whole lot of that anyway in New York.
No.
That's an Atlanta thing.
Yeah.
And some parts of Detroit and LA. But yeah, they a little more wide. Plus the rent too high in New York.
What?
That's why they don't.
Why you think I'm here, Judge Mathis? I need that $1,500 back.
That's right.
Yes.
Now, somebody got to show me something. How did you pay it?
I just took it out my bank account, my Cash App, and then I had put it in an envelope and pushed it under his door because we live in the same
Why
complex.
didn't you Cash App it to him?
Oh, because at the time I was at the bank, so it seemed like it was a 1-2 type of thing. So basically, I was able to take it off my account.
No, you had to take a second step of gathering it, putting it in an envelope, and then taking it to his place and sticking it under the door.
Yes.
When all you had to do is beep 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 beep, it's over.
Well, the reason why I felt doing that is because he was complaining that he needed the money on hand. He was like, Chantel, I need the money now.
You can't send it to him on hand like that?
Yeah, I was kind of old school with it. I felt it was more safer to put it under the door because I thought he would actually.
Why do you have Cash App then if you think there's some safety questions?
Cash App is for my fans.
Let's see any evidence on the day in question.
Oh,
if you withdrew it from your bank account, you should have a bank slip saying that.
I didn't bring anything.
You didn't bring anything?
No.
All right. Let me hear from you.
Like she said, she said that she was going to put it under my door, but never did. And, I had originally asked for some money up front so I could buy supplies, so I could buy paint,
Everybody
rollers.
gets a deposit.
Right. So, and I asked for that, and she agreed, and she never did. I'd asked for, I think it was like $100 up front, just so I could get the paint, and so get a good start on paint and supplies and brushes and things like that. She never gave me that money, and I needed
Give me a
that.
narrative of how this went. So she approached you, said, "Would you paint my hallway or what have you?" Next day, what happens when you say, I need a deposit of $100. How long?
I'm expecting within 24 hours at least some sort of a deposit.
How were you going to get it? How were you expecting to receive it?
I was expecting to get a Cash App, which we talked about.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, and what happened the next day? Anything?
Nothing happened. Nothing has ever happened. We still
Were there
have
any
no
more
money.
discussions? Did you call back? How many times did you call back and say, "Hey, you want me to do this or not?" How many times?
So I called her and we spoke. We ran into each other where we live at, and I spoke to her and I said, listen, I mean, if you want me to do this paint job,
You
I'm
say you
willing
ran
to do the
into
paint
each
job.
other. I got you.
Okay.
You say you ran into each other. Other than running into each other,
we talked on the phone.
I know you got to set your schedule, so you should be calling and saying, "Do you want me to do this or not?" Instead, what you just said is when we ran into each other.
Thank you.
You didn't say I was calling her over and over.
Well, I did call and we did run in. I'm saying both happened. I'm saying both happened at the same time.
What happened first?
We called. She said she had no money.
That's not true.
Okay, and then what did you tell her?
I told her, I can't start painting in your apartment if you don't give me some sort of a deposit.
What'd she say?
She said that she would give me the money, that she would have the money. She said it'd be to give her another day or two.
And what happened then?
And I called.
That?
I called. I kept calling. I called the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day.
That's not true.
And what was she saying?
She never had any money, Your Honor.
What was she saying?
She was saying, "Yes, I'll give you the money. Just be patient with me."
So it sounds like you did that how many days?
6 days.
6 straight days.
Yes.
You called about her holding up your work and seeing if she'd give you the money.
Plaintiff Chantel Morris was friends with the defendant, but she claims he told people that she was prostituting herself.
What day did you run into her?
Probably like a week after we first started talking. I forget the
week as in 7 days?
Yes.
All right, so that would hold on. Mm-hmm. So that would be after you've asked for the money 6 days straight.
Right.
7th day you run into her.
Now I run into her.
Where were you all?
We were in the street, like by a corner store in the Bronx.
Just walking around?
Well, I was walking around. She was probably doing.
I was doing something.
She was what?
She was walking around. We ran into each other. I don't know what we were walking.
You can either be in a building. What do you mean? You don't know what I want. I want to know whether you were in a building. I want to describe it because I think you're lying.
Okay.
I think you are a lie. And what you continue to say continues to reinforce my belief that you are lying. That's why I want you to say.
Okay.
Now, I don't need you. Now I believe you're lying. So I don't need you to say nothing else. Now, let's get to your emotional distress.
Okay, so after I told
when you believe somebody lying, it's over. And that's what's happening with you. Go ahead.
So after I told him that I was going to push the money under the door, I did. In a week or so, the 7 days he's talking about, while I'm in the supermarket shopping in our neighborhood, one of my neighbors is telling me he's slandering me, telling people that I'm a prostitute, I'm a slut, I sell my body, I'm not a webcam.
Have any evidence that he said that?
No, I
Note
only have
from somebody. This is once again zero evidence from you.
Yes.
All right. What about you? You're countersuing for slander. Tell me
Yes.
about what you have.
She told people in our building and in our neighborhood that we know mutually that I was dirty, that I had roaches in my apartment, that I was an unclean person.
You have any evidence? A letter from anybody? A witness?
No, I don't.
Oh, so I just got to believe y'all. Both sides. Zero evidence. This is a first in 23 years. You gave him $1,500.
Yes.
So that's all you're getting back, $1,500. No emotional distress. Only $1,500 because of the way he was talking convinced me he was lying. No emotional distress because you have zero evidence. Bye.
I don't know where the money went, but I'm happy I got my money back.
I'm sorry this has gone as bad as it did.
Plaintiff Sheila Paris says the defendant is her son, and he dropped out of school at age 16 and started drinking. And as a result, he ended up homeless and incarcerated several times. Sheila's suing her son today for unpaid rent. Defendant Tory Rice says Sheila was his best friend growing up, but he admits that he just couldn't keep himself out of trouble. Tory claims he's now clean and sober and is trying to get his life on track.
Start with you.
Well, Tory is my son and was a very difficult child growing up. Very difficult to discipline. I gave him things to be able to discipline him, and that didn't work. It was whatever Tory wanted to do, that's what he did.
Starting at what age?
Very young, middle school.
What type of things was he going through?
Well, my husband and I were divorced in 2000.
What grade was he in?
Middle school, so he was like in...
Typical reaction?
Yes.
Rebellion?
Yes. Then once he got into high school, he decided he didn't want to go to school at all, so he dropped out at the age of 16. Started then making bad decisions as far as relationships and things that he did, and led to drinking. So he started drinking at an early age. And an example of him, getting in trouble with the drinking, he, under the influence of alcohol, stole his aunt's car in Georgia and was charged with a DUI, which was his first DUI, and was incarcerated for, I think it was 90 days, that was. And so from that point with the DUIs, and then he started being homeless. He was homeless in Georgia, homeless in Virginia.
When you told me this man was in and out of trouble, I thought you was going to tell me he was getting some money. He
Just DUIs.
No money?
Just
Getting in
DUI.
trouble for free?
Yes, sir.
Risking your freedom and not getting money?
No, I wouldn't.
That's unheard of. She's not telling. Tell the truth on your son.
She don't know everything, y'all.
I know. That's true. I know that's
She don't
right.
know everything.
See that diamond he flashed on me?
No.
See that diamond he just flashed on me?
About to bring it.
Bigger than mine. His diamond bigger than my diamond.
Defendant Tory Rice is being sued by his mother, who claims as a result of Tory's drinking, he's been homeless and incarcerated several times.
What you accusing? Why she doing this, man?
My mother was like my best friend growing up. I wouldn't say disciplinary, she was more like a best friend. I got away with a lot of things. I was out there, alcohol was my problem. I was surrounded by drugs and alcohol growing up in Detroit, Michigan. I'm from the east side, 7 Mile, Hollywood, Hawthorne. I seen a lot of it. My mother's not innocent. I'm not blaming her for anything, but that's where I started off at 16. That's when I started. She even sat down with some of the guys I used to run with in the street. She told them to keep me out of trouble, but I couldn't keep myself out of trouble, reaching for a lot of money. So this time around, leaving Detroit, my only option was to ask my mother if I can come stay with her till I get on my feet. I came there, And the thing was, hey, you're gonna get on your feet, then you're gonna go ahead and take care of your business like you always do. But it didn't go to that case. But while the time I'm trying to get on my feet, I feel being nagged and treated as if I'm a child, and it's like it's too late to start the disciplinary thing. So I'm a grown man, I'm gonna do it how I'm gonna do it, and so I ended up leaving eventually, and now I'm hearing that I owe $3,600 some dollars. And
Well, a couple things, ma'am. So his formative years was spent on East 7 Mile in Detroit, gang-infested area. So without a father, single parent, gang-infested area. So I got a little understanding. How long did he go to prison?
Well, it went 3 times, and I don't know the exact number of days. The first time.
No, not days. How many years has he spent in prison?
10 years altogether. It was mostly jail time. I didn't really go to prison, like 5 years. I was sentenced to 5 years.
What were your crimes?
I was mainly DUIs. I only got caught once with drugs, but I had to go to drug court, drug program.
How many drugs?
Alcohol, marijuana, and cocaine.
Okay, so you addicted to crack or heroin?
Who, me? Oh, him? Tori?
Take it easy, take it easy.
I was concerned about
Take
crack.
it easy. Well, everybody said you was wait a minute. Mom?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
All right. Like that. No, but the point I'm getting to, ma'am, he's not as troubled as he could have been coming up in that environment. If he escaped a murder case, he escaped armed robberies, carjackings. He didn't get into that. He didn't do violent crime, time, and he hadn't cracked out or otherwise a dope fiend, and he's not as troubled. And you lived there. You saw it around you. You saw some of those kids grow up, and now those kids are in prison for 20 years. Nonetheless, he's saying that he changed his life and that he's trying to do the right thing now, and you're not giving him a break. First, let me get your insight as to whether you believe he's changed his life.
So he's living in a sober living facility.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I understand, he may be 90 days sober, which is nothing new.
How many times has he been in?
Well, since he's been with me, he's been to a place that he stayed.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, now it's the sober living facility that he's in now.
All right, I don't know what to say, but I'm going to give you half of a break because you are trying. Is this only your second time?
This is, I was forced by the courts. This was back in 2008.
Okay. When did you ever do it on your own?
This is the first time I
on your own.
Trying it on my own.
All right,
yes,
good.
Sir.
Well, congratulations.
Yes.
Keep on. Even if you relapse, go back. Just keep doing it.
Yes.
I don't know how. I ain't know many people that just had an alcohol problem. So I don't know I can't tell you how that's treated. But I can tell you the people that were hooked on hard drugs, they had to go several times.
I see a lot of it. I seen relapse. I seen overdoses. And I'm not really a hard drug, so I feel like I'm a trapper in the trap house.
Right.
So it's really making me think, like, I don't want to go that far. I know I've never been that far, but I don't want to come back to that ever again. I done flipped the car before. I done almost lost my life. I done got into plenty of fights and not knowing why.
Defendant Tory Rice is being sued by his mother, who claims as a result of Tory's drinking, he's been homeless and incarcerated several times.
Let me hear about the rent, the agreement, what months, and what happened.
So what happened was Tory was in Detroit. I told you he was homeless there. And he had burned his bridges with the rest of the family, his siblings, his dad, and he had nowhere to go. So when he called to stay, my husband and I discussed it, and we allowed him to come, but it was certain stipulations. And the stipulations was the drinking, that you get yourself together, get a job, and then, and this was in January, so April was the time frame that we gave him to get a job and start paying rent.
Sounds reasonable.
Yes.
Did you all set an amount?
$300.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And how much has he paid? Right. All right. And sir, what do you say to this?
Well, you know, I was getting paid nice little sum. Sometimes I give my mother money, like over $200. Sometimes she would ask, like, what is it for? And I, like, it's for whatever. We had never had really an agreement or anything written down on paper. But I wasn't
written on paper. Did you have an agreement?
Well, I know I'm supposed to, you know, look out. Like, I'm not just.
What was the agreement?
That I would help out.
How much?
It wasn't a set amount.
It could have been $10.
Right.
In terms of your agreement, just throw you something. Throw you something when I got it.
Broke down washer and dryer. I mean, I put in on that, you know, just certain things I put in on, you know.
But I never heard $300 a month quoted.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Says he's never even heard of such.
Okay, can I respond to that? So we are talking to an alcoholic.
Can't remember anything.
Oh my goodness.
Blackout.
Another point. I'm sober
Wake
right
up the
now,
next
and
morning.
alcohol is to blame for it right now.
Yeah, because when you made your agreement, you were an alcoholic and you were confused about all of your life.
It wasn't a liberation that had me agreeing or disagreeing with how much money I would give her.
Okay, well, I believe her because I find her testimony, her memory to be more credible than yours, all right? So, judgment for the plaintiff, because I believe there was a specific amount. What are you gonna say last?
I would like to know if we can get some kind of help for Tori. He expressed to me one time, we don't get to talk very often, civil conversations, because those turn into combats. And I would love to be able to have a civil conversation with my child. He don't like me to call him child, and he expressed the desire to me once to have somebody, a counselor, to speak to a counselor. So
you willing to do that at this stage?
Yes, sir.
Good, beautiful. So yeah, we'll help with that, and hopefully you care enough about your mom that you will at least sit down with a third party and y'all try and develop some communication skills. Yes.
I mean, this may be out of whack, but I was just wondering. I brought a pair of shoes that I had painted. I was just wondering if I can get your autograph on it.
What kind are they?
They're Air Force Ones. I brought them back and
those are hot.
Detroit Tiger colors.
Yeah, that's what I say. Those are hot. What size are they?
I had not your size, Judge.
What size are they? What size are they?
They're size 8, sir.
Oh, you lucky. I'll sign it for you. I'll use a marker. You have one there?
Yeah, I got one here.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
And then he can sell these and get it.
No.
That's the only reason I'm signing. You can sell them and get your mama her money.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
Now you're gonna owe her another $3,900 and whatever. You ain't gonna get but $10 for my signature. Have a good day. Stay strong, man.
Thank you, sir.
I would love to be able to have civil conversations with you without arguing and complaining about me not listening to you. I hear you, but I don't always agree with you, and I think that's the adult part of conversations, I'll say, is to just hear a person out, and you don't have to agree. It's okay.
I love you, Mama. I
you
appreciate everything you always done for me. I never had any gripes for you. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you.